Do you know what Batman said to Robin before they got into the Batmobile? Let's get into the Batmobile. So I thought I'd talk about an experience that I feel like um, people generally experience in their lifetime. Also, I'm wearing headphones because I'm listening to music while I'm doing this, so I feel more at ease. So in North Carolina, there's this roller coaster park known as Carowinds, which is also in South Carolina as well. It goes through both states, which is pretty cool. So in Carowinds, there are big roller coasters as well as small roller coasters. And if you ever want to go to Carowinds with me, let me know because I like rides. And that's what I'm going to talk to you um, today about. So Carowinds has I believe, two of the biggest roller coasters in North America, primarily the Southeast. But like a couple of the biggest roller coasters in North America, which is pretty cool. You have Fury 325, which, as the name suggests, it's 325 feet, like tall, height wise, English. So that is currently the biggest ride at Carowinds. And before that, there was the Intimidator, which was 232 feet, I believe. I've gone on both of them. Both pretty dang scary when you go on the first hill. Not gonna lie. So when I was younger, I didn't really like high or like spinny roller coasters. Like I can't really do rides where you sit down and it's like teacups where you continually spin yourself around for fun and then eventually feel like you have to throw up because of your own doing. So when I was a little bit older and my family moved to North Carolina, we decided, oh hey, let's go to Carowinds and go on these rides because they seem really fun. Now the first time that I went, I don't believe I rode on like really any roller coasters. I did like small stuff because that's what I was comfortable with. However, my first ever roller coaster was called the Carolina Cyclone. It's basically like a roller coaster that does a lot of loops and like corkscrews where you like turn around kind of. I don't really know how to describe these, but you like turn around in a corkscrew kind of fashion. So compared to the Fury 325 and the Intimidator, the first hill on the Carolina Cyclone, and I believe the tallest hill on it, is like 95 feet, which is really not that bad at all. But it was my first roller coaster, so honestly, I was really terrified of it. To make the situation worse for myself, I basically cried all the way to getting in my seat. The people who were putting down the lap bars and everything were asking if I was okay because I was crying and acting like a giant baby. My mom essentially made me slash forced me to get on the ride, which honestly was not a bad decision, even though at the time I thought it was. So I was basically crying all the way through the steps and getting into the car of the actual roller coaster. And as the ride was actually starting up, I was still crying, and I said three words that I do regret and hate myself for saying at the time of riding that ride. As we're going up the hill, I'm with one of my friends, and my mom and my sister, I think, are behind us in the car. And I said very viciously, kind of, I said, I hate you, and it was bad to say at the time because honestly, after the ride, I loved it. I went on it another time, but I said those words and I very dramatic for the time being and still dramatic till this day. Like I enjoy roller coasters like a lot now. Like they're so much fun. They're really cool. There's a bunch of different types of roller coasters. Some people have a fear of heights, so like some roller coasters are scarier to other people than like me or something. So yeah, I was pretty much terrified on my first roller coaster ride of the Carolina Cyclone. I was scared on Fury 325. I was scared on the Intimidator, but not as much because I knew I would enjoy it in the end. Roller coasters in general are really fun. You just have to get over the initial fear of thinking you're gonna die. I would definitely suggest going on roller coasters because they're fun. You get to try a bunch of different ones. The ones that I still don't like are the ones where you get dropped. Now, I don't mind like the Tower of Terror at Disney, but I don't like ones where you can literally see like the surrounding area from a very high point and then you just get dropped and your stomach feels like it's gonna go up and out. So, I still kind of don't like those. But in general, I pretty much just cried on my first actual roller coaster experience, and it was pretty great.